О, це нажимай почати.
Все, пропущу еще раз.
Да. Все.
So we are live.
Yeah. Давайте мы сначала...
We just say a couple of words in Russian, because who didn't speak English will understand.
Check sound and video. Ребят, напишите, пожалуйста, в чате, нас слышно, нет? Jasmine, say some words, please. Слышно.
Hello?
Yes. Sounds good. Okay. Okay, we start. Hello guys, hello Jasmina, Cryptø and Minima here. Before we start, I want to tell that we thank you for deciding to make AMA with Cryptø, and we really appreciate it. We hope the information you will get, people will here will be useful, and you will love the projects Minima even more.
Just in a couple of words, we really appreciate everything you do. We really love Minima, we really love your project, and we're ready to start.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Oh, it's fine. Okay, before the list of questions, we really like to ask you. Tell us about something. Tell us about you something, like your position in company, what do you do, and stuff like this.
Yeah.
Sure. So I'm the technical communications manager at Minima. So that means that I engage with the community a lot. So you'll see me in Discord and Telegram a lot. And I also help the developers in testing the new releases and making sure that any issues that the community have are communicated back to the developers. So it's really just trying to keep the community engaged and getting the word out there that Minima is here.
Okay, so a lot of our people, they are have support tickets. So you're the only one person who answering for these supports, right?
Maybe it's okay.
Yeah, it's me and a couple of others who are working our way through them.
Okay, it's really fine. So I think we can start with our list of questions that we had a Google form, like the people who was interesting, they fulfilled form, and now we have 20, the best questions, best of the best, and we can start.
Best of the more than 100 questions in the forum.
Yeah, we got 100 questions. It's like
I ask you the question and publish a question in comments. Okay, the first question, how Minima's story has started, and what was the first idea of the project, and why it happened appear?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So Minima came about because Paddy, who is the CTO and co-founder of Minima, used to mine Bitcoin from his own computer. So this was back in 2012, I think. And eventually it got to the point where he could no longer do this at home because the incentivization for mining Bitcoin, people were spending lots of money buying huge mining rigs and machines that he couldn't afford. So he then realized that this was a problem and it wasn't what Satoshi originally envisioned for a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. And so he started thinking, well, how can we create the blockchain that is how blockchain is supposed to be? And he realized that the only device that you can expect everyone to have is a mobile phone. And back when Satoshi was creating Bitcoin, mobile phones weren't as advanced as they are now. And so Paddy set about creating Minima, which is a lightweight blockchain that fits on a mobile phone or eventually even an Internet of Things chip. And everyone who runs the Minima blockchain on their phone is an equal on the network. So it was very important for him, for Minima to fulfill 3 criteria. It had to be completely decentralized. It had to be proof of work, like Bitcoin, because the proof of work on a blockchain cannot be faked. So it must have been proof of work, and it must also be finished. So obviously Bitcoin is very hard to change, and with Minima he also wanted this to be completely finished. So no kind of like tweaking the code behind the scenes after it's launched. He wanted it to be very much like the base layer of the internet, where it never changes, because the vision is to have millions of people running Minima. And so it must be finished, because how do you get millions of people to agree to upgrade? So yeah, that's really where Minima came from, and he's been working on that since 2018, I believe.
Okay, so I have one more question, if you don't mind. As far like if somebody from your team was mining a Bitcoin, so I wanted to ask you, is there in the future able a possibility to mine Minima in phone?
Yes, and I have a question about phone. Minima, I understand that it was the first blockchain project who can install it on the phone, yes?
Yeah, so yeah, it's the first project where users are actually helping to construct the blockchain. So every user is an equal participant on the network, and they help to construct and validate the blockchain. And so, sorry, your first question was?
Will we in the future able to mine Minima in our phones?
So no, there's no reward for mining Minima. So essentially, that is one of the reasons that Bitcoin mining has become so centralized, because the miners are trying to win these block rewards. So with Minima, there's no financial reward for mining Minima. It's every user mining their own transactions, and the reward is the utility of the network and your transactions being accepted by the network. And so this stops Minima from becoming centralized, because there's no financial incentive for people to buy really expensive machinery to mine Minima.
Okay, I got you.
Okay, second question.
So can we go to second question? Okay, Jasmine, please tell us, what is the Minima? Minima offers a blockchain in the phone, and what it gives for ordinary people.
Sure. So yeah, Minima is a lightweight blockchain. It runs in full on your mobile phone. Everyone mines their own transactions, and everyone looks after their own coins. So whereas with Bitcoin, the nodes need to run the full Bitcoin blockchain, which is getting larger and larger. On Minima, everyone looks after their own coins. And so you can think of it like a book. So the analogy that Paddy likes to use is that the Minima blockchain is like a book, and everyone stores a page of that book, as well as the spine. And so I look after my page, you look after your page, and when we want to send transactions, the users can check that my page fits into the book because they have a copy of the spine. And so ordinary people will benefit from Minima because it will be a truly decentralized platform, and because it's fully decentralized, it will be censorship resistant, and it will be the platform that people can transfer value and information over. And anyone who has an internet connection and a mobile phone will be able to participate.
So the main goal of Minima project is fully decentralization, right?
Exactly, the one true value proposition of a blockchain.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay, pretty fine, thanks.
Okay, next question. You ready? Okay. Why you have two levels, Minima and Maxima? Please tell what is the difference. and what is the value of the coin Minima, I think right now, and will you have a bridge with other blockchain?
So there are three questions, and the
Yes.
first one is
Why you have two levels, Minima and Maxima?
and the difference
As a
between them.
difference between them.
Sure, yeah. So Minima is the base layer of the blockchain, the layer 1, and this is secure, but it's not scalable. And we've all seen the problems with scalability on other blockchains. So this is why you need a layer 2. And the layer 2 is called Maxima. And this is where you can have very fast transactions, a high number of transactions per second. And so on Minima, you will create these kind of connections with other people that you want to exchange directly between. And then you will use the layer 2, similar to how on Ethereum you have a bridge to go onto a layer 2. It's a similar thing. So on Maxima, you'll be able to transact very quickly, with very low cost. And then if there are any disputes, then you would settle those on the layer 1, on Minima.
So in the future, Minima will be a payment method or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And so the value of Minima, we haven't launched yet, so we don't know the price. But the Minima is a currency that sits on the Minima blockchain. And so Minima, the coin, will act as a store of value. So there's 1 billion Minima, and there is also a burn mechanism, which means that it's actually a deflationary currency.
Mm-hmm.
And so the value of Minima should tend to increase over time, obviously if there is demand there. And in terms of bridges with other blockchains, that would totally be possible, and that is for our developer community to build.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you communicate with the countries about make Minima's payments method or not yet?
What do you mean, sorry?
You have conversation. Did you have a conversation about payments method Minima in countries?
Yeah. So Minima, we want that to be obviously the primary currency that everyone is paying in, and so we would like to integrate with as many projects as possible. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, another one question, like is somebody would like work with you. What kind of developers are you looking for to build your ecosystem? Are you hunting somebody?
Yeah, I mean, we are always looking for developers, especially community developers. So there is a simple scripting language that Minima uses, and you can write smart contracts to interact with the Minima blockchain. And so we're really interested just to see what the developer community, what kind of ideas they have. The best place to come would be into the Discord channel. We already have quite a few community developers who are engaging with our team, and that is the best way to get noticed. And that is actually how I joined Minima as well, so through the community channels. So the more you engage with the community, the more likely you are to get a job at Minima.
Okay.
So you're open for learning.
Yes. Okay, the next question. Minima now is rapidly developing projects in crypto systems, crypto blockchains with the mobile program. As a validator of these projects, I would like to know what the Minima will be in 5 years. Thanks in advance for your reply.
Yeah, it might be your vision, so
Your vision,
your opinion.
Minima after 5 years, yes.
Except everybody of us will be billionaires because we are running a node. Except this.
Yes,
Exactly.
it's your vision and your team vision.
Sure. So we hope to have 1 million nodes by the time we launch mainnet, which will be Q2 next year. And so in 5 years' time, we would hope to have multiple millions of nodes running around the world, including on chips, on Internet of Things devices. In 5 years, the Minima company sadly probably won't exist. So there'll be no more team. It will be kind of out there in the wild. The community will own Minima. And as a team, we're very aware of this, and we know that the team won't be there forever. We'll stay involved, you know, helping to build on top of Minima and be in the communities and stuff. But we really don't know, because it's just a complete open platform for anyone to build on top of, and we're just really excited to see what happens in the next 5 years. I don't think anyone can really predict where it's going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question of mine. If you can predict Minima in 5 years, can you predict Minima in 10 years? It will be easier?
Sorry?
Can you predict Minima not in 5 years, but in 10 years? It will be easier for you?
In 10 years?
Yes, it is very long time, so you have a space for your imagination, you know?
So in 10 years, we would hope that everything starts to be denominated in Minima. So, you know, you buy goods and services, it's all in Minima. That is the kind of end goal, really, to be the base currency for the world. That might take a bit longer than 10 years.
I really hope for it.
Really hope, yeah.
Okay, the next question is about device. Like, many people are interested when will be able iOS applications. So will it be able or not? I know there are some rules, because Apple, they impose some rules that we can use it, but a lot of people still asking.
Yeah, with security, I know have problem maybe with Apple.
Yeah, and it's definitely on our roadmap. The problem with iOS at the moment is that Apple doesn't allow apps to run continuously in the background. And obviously Minima, being a blockchain, needs to be able to construct and validate the blockchain 24/7. So it needs to be continuously running. And this is something that Apple is very strict with. So that's one side of the challenge. But then obviously we also want to focus on getting the Android version perfect. And so when we are ready for iOS, it's quite a kind of simpler transition. But it's definitely on our roadmap. And if you do have an iOS device, you can always run it on like your computer at home, or you can buy a cheap Android phone.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We have another one question about device. It is possible that Minima will be not only on mobile device, but on TV, game consoles, and other?
Yeah, absolutely. So on just a chip, Minima is designed to be small enough to fit on a chip. So eventually you could be able to do things like vehicle-to-vehicle transactions. So if you just have a chip in a car, you can have a communication channel between servers and cars. So yeah, any kind of Internet of Things device. It could be on your fridge. When you run out of milk, you can automatically order some more. So yeah, not just mobile phones.
Okay, so can I run Node in my Tesla? All right.
Well, that is the vision.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, the next question. How will Minima fundamentally differ from the Mina, I think it's Mina protocol project?
Yeah, so with Mina, you don't construct the blockchain on Mina, you are just a validator. So not all users are equal on the network. So if you're running it on your phone, you're not actually producing blocks that are added to the blockchain. Whereas on Minima, everyone is helping to actually produce blocks and add those blocks onto the blockchain. Mina is also proof of stake, so that means that you need to own a lot of Mina to actually be able to participate meaningfully and be a block producer, whereas Minima is proof of work based.
Okay, so what Minima is better? It's my opinion. Yeah, okay, the another one. Oh, it's a question about economics. Tell us
It's
about...
a very popular question in Russian community.
Yeah.
About economics project. Yeah.
So, what is the Minima economics and what is development plan for the next year? So it will be some complicated to answer, I know, but it's still a question.
Sure. So I think I mentioned that Minima has a total supply of 1 billion, which is a hard cap. And it also has a burn mechanism. So when you send transactions, a small amount of Minima is burnt, and that will decrease the supply of Minima over time, which then kind of increases your proportion of wealth on the system. And so there's no inflation at all. In terms of the allocation of tokens, I can send a link to our tokenomics paper, and then you can have a look at all of the details. But the majority is going out into the public.
Yep, sorry, send us later, okay?
Yeah, I'll send you the tokenomics paper, and then you can read all of the details.
Okay.
Really fine. So
and the development plan, we want to get as many developers as possible starting to build on top of Minima. So Minima enables a decentralized app store. So developers can create mini apps, we call them, apps that run on top of Minima, and then they can deploy their apps onto Minima, and people can download those on their phone and interact with them. So we really want developers to start building on top of Minima. And so that is going to be a big focus, as well as getting to 1 million nodes. So that is our big aim for 2022. We're going to be very busy.
Okay, so you think there will be 1 million nodes in the next year?
When we launch, yeah.
How many nodes do you have right now?
So
maybe nodes and participants in education.
Approximately, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have approximately 8,000 at the moment. We're hoping for 10,000 by Christmas. And now we've just gone through a hard fork. We're at the stage where we can start to get more communities on board. So until now, we've tried to, because it's been we've had the first few thousand users, it's been a good test for us. And now we've just launched a peer-to-peer system, which will help with the scalability of the network. So we're ready, we have some communities that are ready to come on board. And we're looking at some very exciting partnerships as well, who have hundreds of thousands of users. So we're very excited about the next few months.
Oh, I hope so.
Yes. Okay, the next question. You have a really good and huge community. And which marketing trick was the most effective and helped to engage new people?
We do have a great community. I love the community.
Yeah, yes. Me neither.
There are no tricks. I mean, a lot of it has been word of mouth. So people just, telling their friends and their family. And then obviously through communities like yours are really important to help spread the word out there.
Thank you.
We really just try to be kind of as open and transparent as possible with our community, keep everyone up to date with what's happening. We also have some really great leaders who, if you haven't seen some of their videos or their podcasts yet, they're very inspiring.
Yes.
So Paddy and Hugo, our CTO and our CEO,
Oh,
they have a very clear and simple vision, which is to build the most decentralized blockchain there is. And also our Chief Marketing Officer, John, is a very good public speaker, talks a lot about freedom and the potential for humans to kind of achieve everything that they can. And the only way that this is possible is by having this truly decentralized platform.
wow, cool.
Sorry?
Cool.
Yeah, I say cool, but
Cool.
I have a question
Yeah.
if you not mind.
And then obviously,
Yeah, just tell.
Sorry.
Okay, just tell. I will ask you after.
just one more point is obviously the incentive cash program is very popular.
Yeah.
And that has helped to bring a lot of people on board as well.
So I wanted to ask, like, are you planning to attract some new famous influencers? If yes, can I ask you to tell us some names, or it's prohibited for you?
So far we've not really gone after celebrities, but we're kind of going down more the enterprise route. But obviously, if celebrities want to start creating, like NFTs or whatever on Minima, that's completely, we'd love that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Influencer and bloggers, yes?
Influencer and
Bloggers.
bloggers. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Okay. So somebody is asking, after installation, will the Minima pulse every 10 minutes? Were you not using it?
Yes, good question, and maybe quite technical. So if people aren't already, if they're not that knowledgeable already, the pulse is a piece of work. So everyone on Minima is doing small pieces of work, and together, collectively, that sums up to a large amount of work to help secure the chain. And a pulse is every 10 minutes, a user is expected to do a piece of work, which will tell all of the users on the network the transactions that they know about. And the reason that you need this pulse is because we expect the majority of the transactions to happen on Maxima, on layer 2, because that's where it's fastest and cheapest. But the problem with, so for example in Bitcoin, the problem with all of the users using layer 2 is that there are no transaction fees happening on layer 1. So the miners aren't getting their fees. So this is actually a problem for Bitcoin. Whereas on Minima, this pulse ensures that there is still kind of work happening on layer 1. And that's the reason for having this pulse every 10 minutes. And if a pulse isn't received by someone, so if I don't send a pulse within 10 minutes, then I get kicked off the network because I'm not contributing anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the next question about about fasters and cheapers. How will Minima make life better?
That's a very big question.
Yes.
So Minima aims to put power in
Philosophy.
people's hands. So we want to have a node on everyone's phone or on Internet of Things devices, and this will allow people to own and control their own money, their own identity, their own content that they create. People will be able to engage in the communities that they want to engage in, and it will enable things like fair voting, access to financial services. It will just empower the people rather than the big enterprises. So I think that's quite a lot of ways that Minima can help make life better.
Okay. Thank you for
Great.
the reply. And another one is quite interesting. Are you planning to make an offline meeting?
In
If
some
y-
countries.
If yes, where, when, and tell us date and time.
And maybe you make
Yeah.
offline meeting in Kyiv.
In Kiev, we would love to.
We can help with it.
Yeah, I mean, by all means, we would expect the communities to get together, and if your local community want to all get together and organise something, then that would be great. And then if people can travel, then hopefully they can join. Maybe people can't travel because of the situation. We can join virtually, but yeah, we'd love to do. If ever you're in London, let us know.
Oh, London, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. We will do tomorrow,
Yeah.
come.
or even today. Okay, thank you for reply. The next one.
Okay. Regarding your minute apps program that we used before the fork, why did you abandon it, and what key problems were identified and solved in the test network?
It's quite a technical question.
Yes, technical question about it.
Yeah, good question. So mini dApps are these decentralized applications that developers can build. And so before the hard fork, we had a few mini dApps on the system. We had a wallet, we had a block explorer, we had an application called Future Cash, which allowed you to send money to the future, and then at a certain point in time you could collect that money, or Minima. And so we have not abandoned mini dApps. We've just gone through the hard fork. So there's been a big upgrade, and so they're currently being redeveloped, and we expect them to be ready early next year. And we're very excited to bring them back because everyone knows and loves them. And so some of the lessons or the challenges that we had before with them was mostly around the usability. So we're looking to make them more user-friendly. We want anyone to be able to use the mini dApp system. And so before, I think it was a little bit, you had to have a bit of knowledge to kind of figure out how to use it, but we want to make it as straightforward as possible.
Mm-hmm. And and the website Minima Global, no Minima Global, Incentive Cash Global, I think, is better than Minima Test, yes?
So yeah, we had an incentive cash.
Yeah, incentive cash, yeah.
Yeah, and so that's no longer a mini dApp, but people are still getting their rewards. We're just doing it directly in the Minima application instead.
Mm-hmm.
And so it allows us to make sure that nobody misses any of their rewards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The next question is like similar one to previous. So just in a couple of words, can you summarize key results from the pilot projects? What the main challenges identified and how a lesson, which lesson did you get from the work before the hard fork?
Yeah, sure. So a lot to do with the battery. So we need to improve the battery optimization. And in this latest release, that has been improved a lot. Usability, as I mentioned, so just making it simpler and easier to use. Documentation, we need better documentation for our developers. And so those are kind of the three main things we're working on.
So there are a lot of things we're changing, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, the next question, if we are talking about security of Minima, what could you tell us about it?
Sure. So because everyone on Minima is helping to create blocks and secure the blockchain, the more people that run Minima, the more secure it is. So the security of Minima is directly proportional to the number of users. which is why we are aiming for 1 million people, 1 million nodes when we launch. And so if you think about Bitcoin and how their security relies on these miners that are getting fewer and fewer over time, we're eventually starting to have to trust those miners. Whereas on Minima, how can someone do a 51% attack when you have millions of nodes running around the world? So more security is equal to more nodes.
Yeah, actually, yes.
Okay.
Okay, the next one. What's the main goals for Minima? As I know, actually, it's the first one goal, it's a fully decentralization, and the second one goal is 1 million nodes, all right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Do we have another goals? Maybe something bigger?
Then have more people in the education.
Yeah, we want to grow
And people
it
who
fast.
use Minima like payment methods.
Exactly, yeah. We want Minima to be the kind of go-to currency.
Okay, another one. What problems will this product solve? Like in the couple of words we had a similar question,
Yes.
but just in couple words.
It's faster, bigger, cheaper.
No fees, alright?
Yes, and cheapest than other blockchains and.
Yeah, and I mean, it's all to do with these kind of global companies collecting and selling our data without our permission. So it will solve those kind of problems, banking the unbanked, getting rid of these kind of centralized block producers. So yeah, those kind of problems, but we're trying to make sure that people can do what they want and say what they want on top of Minima. So no centralized authorities.
Yeah, I do really like your vision. This is pretty cool.
Yes. Okay, the next question. What would you do to become the best throughout the year?
Good question. So we really like to focus on education. So you may have seen some of our recent blogs by Naomi, who's our marketing manager. She put some really excellent educational content out there. We think it's important to educate to educate everyone on why decentralization is important and what blockchains should be aiming for, and to help people understand why Minima is different and why it's so important that everyone should be able to participate and help to construct the blockchain, not just validate transactions, but actually be a block producer. And so we just want to keep things simple. We want to get to 1 million nodes, we want to distribute the coins as widely as possible so that it's, and that's what we're doing with this incentive cash program. So by participating in the testnet, you're helping to distribute Minima as widely as possible.
Okay.
Oh, okay. The next one. How is the project going to keep interest actually in the project? And it's given the possible bear market and of course decline the interest in the entire market. Oh, quite similar. Okay, just in a few words. What you do to be in the top of the market?
Sure. So we need Minima to be integrated into everyday life so that we're not affected by the bear market. We're not worried about a bear market or the value of the coin. We're interested in being this decentralized base layer that anyone can participate in, and it needs to be so simple to use that my gran, my dad can just use Minima. They don't have to kind of worry about even the technology in the back end. They just know that it's a secure and trustless platform. But we're not worried about the bear market. I mean, nobody likes the bear market, but we're here for the long term, and that's what matters.
Okay, that was answer for question.
Yes. Okay.
About hunting.
About this one.
Yeah. 19.
19. Are you looking of new talents? And what's the current size of the team? Okay. The first, are you looking for new talents? I think in the projects.
Yeah. And the best way to kind of get noticed is again to just engage in the community channels, get yourself known.
Minima traveling.
Sorry?
Minima traveling, yes. It's about talent.
Sorry?
Minima traveling. Do you know? It's. Okay.
Never mind. Okay. The next one is, what is the current size of your team? Can you share this information?
We have about 25 people in the team at the moment. We are looking to expand a bit, and we need just kind of these big communities, so communities like yours, to help us grow.
Okay. Thanks. And any plans to grow there?
Sorry?
Any plans to grow there? Maybe about team.
Yeah, we're looking to grow more. So we do need developers. So come and make yourself known.
Okay.
Okay. And the last
last
question, the 21. Tell us about the name. Why Minima?
So Minima is the plural of minimum in Latin. And so the idea is that everyone is doing the minimum amount of work in order to secure the chain. And so then Maxima is the plural of maximum. And so that's where it came from.
Okay.
We got it.
Okay. It was the last question, and before Amma, Jasmine choose some question that she likes. Yes, she thinks.
Yes, after Amma session, we will drop this whole questions in one list that Jasmine chose. And now we can start to read our chat.
And answer a question, and you'll answer a question.
Okay, Jasmine, can you just please read a little bit questions? It might be like 5-10 questions, and then answer of them.
I can just see Minima to the moon.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yes.
Yes.
Just means the best. Okay. In Minima we trust. Why crypto world community need Minima? We answer.
Okay, Minima to the moon.
Yeah, Minima.
Kiev is the capital of Minima. Did you know it?
Kiev is the capital.
Okay. Good questions. Why can't your tokens be locked after Inside Your Cash program?
Why can't they be locked?
Yes.
So everyone on Incentive Cash will get their tokens when we launch, which is expected to be Q2 next year. I don't believe there's a lockup for that.
Okay, is there any global updates? Okay, we have questions the same. How did you manage to get? How did you manage to get $6.5 million from investors?
Good question. So I think when you explain what Minima is trying to do, it's obvious that no one else is trying to do what Minima is doing. And I think investors can see that, and they can see the value in what we're doing. And they are willing to be a part of that and to contribute to what they think is a promising project.
Okay, thanks. Do you have ambassador program to help Minima develop, or Minima? Yes, it's a question only about ambassador program.
Yeah, we're currently.
Will you make it?
Yeah, so we're currently looking at the details for that, and we expect that to be ready soon, probably early next year.
Next year. Okay.
Yeah.
Before mainnet, yeah? Or after mainnet?
Before mainnet, yes.
Before mainnet, yes. Okay. How long do you need to complete the project?
So we're hoping to go to launch Q2, so kind of end of June 2022.
Okay. I see somebody is going to airport, and somebody is bought ticket to London. Can you meet him?
Sure, everyone come over to London. And,
oh yes, the same. Yeah, same question about a Minima ambassador program. Cryptø ready to help you. Yeah, we really, yeah.
We really appreciate you guys. The Russian community and Ukrainian community is amazing.
Thanks.
Okay. I think it's maybe a good question. Can Minima create NFT marketplace in the future? And I wanna tell you, Minima projects.
Is Minima project related to metaverse or not?
Yeah, metaverse and NFT.
Sure. So yes, you can create NFTs on Minima. Technically, it's using something called colored coins, which was originally part of Bitcoin. And so you will need Minima in order to create NFTs or custom tokens as well. And those of the community who have been around with us for a long time will have created the custom tokens and sent those around in the community before as well. And so, yeah, an NFT marketplace would be great. And that's something that we'd look to the developer community to build for us. Because we can't do everything. We need, obviously, community developers to build.
Okay, did you trust in NFT, yes?
Sorry?
Do you trust in NFT?
Do I trust them?
Yeah. Okay, what about P2A? Play to earn games? Or maybe it's very good in Android platform?
Yeah, actually one of our developers in the community has been writing a play-to-earn game. And to be honest, I don't know all of the details behind that, but he's always thrown in our Discord channel. So if anyone's interested in that, then check out our Discord and see what he's working on.
I see one question about the referral program. Is there in the future will be some benefits for inviting new people to Node program?
So we are currently looking into this, and we hope that it will be available also next year sometime, but
that's
not
pretty
for
cool.
now.
Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, you have now in Discord same yes. Invite one, invite second, invite two.
You have points for invitation to your Discord.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's into the Discord channel. Yeah.
Okay.
But everyone can register for the incentive cash program right now. I can send you the website. It's incentivecash.minima.global, and anyone can register and sign up now, and you'll get 1 minima a day for running your node.
Okay, and we'll get. Can people get tokens who have like 3, 4, 5 invites number in Discord?
So,
Can get some invite inside
yeah.
cash tokens?
Yeah, not right now,
Not right now.
but potentially in the future.
Okay.
And there's also going to be a lot more ways to earn coins as well. So with things like the ambassador program and developers.
Yeah, we'll wait for it. Okay, what do we have else? Some question about our data. You know, if somebody is using Android device and they're worried about security. Is it fully secured?
Yeah, so there's no way that the Minima blockchain on your phone can interact with anything else on your mobile device, and so there's no risk there. But also the code is open source, so anyone can go to GitHub and see the code for themselves.
Good.
Good. Some people.
Minima
Right,
to the
right.
moon?
No, I hope the Minima will fly to the moon and not fail. Yeah, we trust. Okay, yes, DS NFTs will be on Minima blockchain. To do.
What did Minima?
Okay.
Okay. Are you planning to do something to attract new investors? Like I know, maybe you know, the project is calling Aleo. They attract $28 million, and this question related to this. Like, do you have some plans to attract more investment?
Yeah.
So we've just done our latest funding round. So for now, I think more investment is closed,
It's enough.
and there's no plans to raise any more, I believe, before mainnet.
The Minima to the moon.
Minima to the moon. Only moon. Minima to the moon. How
I saw one which was changes will be virtually impossible. How will your company solve technical problems?
Yeah, you can ask it.
Yeah, so that's a good question, because Minima is designed to be finished. In terms of the protocol, it's actually a very simple protocol, and it's already quantum secure. And so we are going through this testing stage to make sure that everything is working. And so because we're already quantum resistant, there's no need to worry about that. And then we just expect it to run like the base layer of the internet that never changes, or the email protocols that we use. So that is the reason for this testnet, really, to make sure that everything works smoothly.
I see.
Then,
I
just
see.
one more thing, sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, so it's only the consensus critical parts of the protocol that don't have to change. Obviously, the app and the mini dApps and everything can change on top. It's just the consensus layer that won't change.
Okay, I see Minima people in the chat and answer from the question. It is you answer on the question? Minima account or no? Just me?
What was the question, sorry?
It's you answer on the question in live chat about in Minima account. Maybe no.
I
Okay.
didn't see it.
Yeah, okay. Artem means like somebody is answering for a question from official Minima account of
Yes.
YouTube. It's you.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah,
yours.
that's probably one of the team.
It's one of the
It's
team.
in front
Okay.
of the stream. Okay. How to connect your kit? Does Minima focus on private investors? Does Minima focus more on private investors or funds?
So we've done all of our seed rounds now, and so that's the only capital that we're looking to raise. Yeah, I mean, we do have a couple of articles on that I can share with you as well.
Okay, fine. So somebody told the first AMA is pretty good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I see the question, why should we trust to the project? There are a lot of scammers on the market.
Yeah, there are a lot of scammers, and that is a problem with crypto. I would say just get involved in the community, check out our GitHub, have a look at some of the videos from Paddy, our CTO and creator, and Hugo and John. And then just engage with the community, I guess. Yeah, we're not asking anything from you. We don't ask for money. We're not asking you to give anything to us apart from.
Sure, yeah, fully agree. By this time we have 10 more Minima to the moon. Minima is on fire.
Yeah, I want to tell in Russian. Ребят, пожалуйста, пишите вопросы, не нужно спамить Minima to the Moon. Жасмин понимает, что Minima крутая. Давайте только вопросы, Жасмин ответит, и мы будем уже, наверное, заканчивать. Потому что если вопросов нет, то будем уже заканчивать. Напомню, что за лучшие вопросы в чате, по мнению команды, вы получите 20 токенов за один вопрос. То есть, если вы 20 напишите лучших вопросов, то вы получите больше токенов. Так что пишите только вопросы. Sorry, Jasmine, I said write only questions, no spam in the chat.
Yeah, but they are thinking Minima is actually going to the moon.
Yeah, burning some
again.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I want to say спасибо to everyone. Wow.
Good.
Пожалуйста is for you.
Yes, this is the best stream. Okay, a very interesting project, but will you do any other projects? Okay, a very interesting project, but will you do any other projects on focus only in Minima?
Me personally, only Minima. I don't see any other blockchain trying to achieve what Minima is trying.
Maxim, был вопрос about Minima in the future. It's a question about Minima. How find okay. Do you plan meta in?
Okay, let's choose the last one question.
Yes, you choose last question and answer.
Just more away.
Yeah.
Okay. What other projects are you planning to create? Maybe that means like mini dApps, decentralized applications.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it would be interesting to see decentralized identity on Minima. Voting, I think, is a very interesting application to have. Obviously, DeFi, decentralized finance. Yeah, I mean, the possibilities are endless. We just are excited to see what our developers come up with.
Okay.
Okay, Jasmine, we know that this time is equal money. So both of us, we are going to say thank you for your attention. We really appreciate it.
Yes, I think information very helpful for us and for people who watches AMA session. Okay, I think you choose a very interesting question in the live chat. and tell me in Discord, and I communicate with these people. I will communicate with these people and tell the people get Minima to the moon,
Okay.
Minima to the moon.
Okay, and
Okay.
okay, the last one, Minima to the moon.
Hard question. Hard question. Right, please.
Never mind.
Never mind. Okay. Thank you, Jasmina. Really.
You're really cool. Okay, thank
Really
you
cool.
again.
Amazing. Yeah.
It's a cool experience for both of us.
Yes. We amazing. We really trust in Minima project. And thank you for conversation.
And like everybody is telling, Minima to the moon.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time. Had a great time. And
Yeah.
we wouldn't be here without our community. So just thank you guys for doing what you do as well.
Okay,
Okay.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.